Hi, welcome to Make Sylacauga Healthy Again. I'm Allie Odom. I am your guest host today from Broadway Spinal Care. This is my first time and I'm ready for this to interview my guest. Stay tuned. All right, so this morning we have our normal host, Jonathan Douglas, on here with us today, and I'm going to be asking him questions about medical school in the future and AI in the medical field and stuff like that. So, Jonathan, what do you think medical school is going to look like within the next 8 to 10 years?
I think it's going to change a lot. We know it's going to change a lot, and so we know that because we've had patients already who have tried to get in with their doctors, weren't able to, and they have gone to AI. They've gone to AI doctors, they've gone to online doctors, they've gotten information that really helped them get to a better place. And so I'm afraid that a lot of the things that require you to go in and give a list of symptoms and then have the doctor use their brain power to come up with a diagnosis is going to go away. Because why would you have a high-priced person that's doing that when I literally can have a computer that remembers everything and can make it happen instantaneously? So that's what I'm kind of afraid of, and I think it's good and bad in our world because we're becoming way more efficient. It doesn't make any sense to have somebody in a place where you don't need a person. Yeah. But at the same time, it's also kind of sad that you're going to lose some of that personal fit. So I think that's what we're going to see in the future. Is I really worry about people that are now going into the medical field and they're going into something that could be replaced, or any field could be replaced by AI, because we're seeing it happen pretty rapidly. It's going to happen within our lifetime, no doubt, that we will not have doctors that we interact with in the same way.
Yeah. So bringing it to my next question, do you think AI is ethical in the medical field?
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting. Albania now has a prime minister that's AI.
Oh, really?
And so it's a cabinet level position, and they set it up so that this AI computer can handle all purchasing, because they're having a problem with corruption in purchasing, which happens in all government. But then the guidelines are set by someone. So who set the guidelines? And is the person who programmed this AI, is that person on the take? And so are they setting it up where all the purchasing gives them some kind of a kickback? So there are all these layers that go into it. So you almost have to have an AI program, and then you have to have an AI program watching the AI program. And so I don't know. I mean, there are all kinds of problems with that are going to have to be figured out. But the biggest thing about AI is it never forgets.
Yes, sir.
And so as long as you program it correctly, then you'll get the right answer the more you train it.
Yeah. So do you think it's going to be harder or easier for kids going into the medical field with AI in the future?
I think that as long as kids are getting good counseling, it could be okay. But the counselors are really going to have to keep up on the future, and they're going to have to predict that because when you go into school, I mean, you're doing this, so how many years from now will you be getting out of chiropractic college?
Around 6 years.
Around 6 years. So how are we going to predict what it looks like in 6 years?
It's going to be vastly different.
It's going to be vastly different. The thing that's better about what you're thinking about doing, what I do, is that things that require hands-on work, hands-on, is not going to go away. At least it's not going to go away right now. I mean, you could potentially have robots that are providing adjustments in the office.
I don't think that'll be in our lifetime.
I mean, it could. I don't think in our lifetime, but I mean, it certainly could happen. But I think the counselors are going to have to become predictors of this, because they send a lot of kids in and say, you know, I want to do medical. Is there going to be a lot of medical out there to do? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that we should use AI as a resource for certain things, like in the medical field or in school and stuff like that?
I did a show on that where we actually just put in some symptoms and AI kicked out a good answer. And so the thing that's hard is that when you're in school, and you're going to see this the more you're in school, is that they give you a million things to read and remember, and you cannot read and remember all of them. And so you're only going to know the things that you see all the time in the office. And then a weird one comes in and you think, boy, I need to look that up. And you do, and that's what you have to do. But the thing about AI is if I put in my list of symptoms, it could give me the most likely diagnosis, it could give me the most likely treatment plan, it could go ahead and send that to the pharmacy, or it could tell me lifestyle choice, things to work on, and then it can follow up. Like in the next day, I get an email from AI saying, hey, let's check how you're doing. Is this working? What are your symptoms now? Oh, based on those symptoms, we need to change this and this. And then a week later, it checks on me again, and then it says long-term treatment plan. You just don't get that in any other way, and it's essentially almost free to get this service. And so then I don't know what's going to motivate people to want to go to the doctor a lot.
Especially socially anxiety people, because they already have issues going, and parents that can't take off work going to the doctor with their kids and stuff like that. I can definitely see that in the future.
What if you just every home had an iPad on the wall that was your doctor?
That'd be great, and it could send prescriptions and stuff. That would be awesome.
Whatever you need. You wake up and you say, I just don't feel like I have a lot of energy today. And what did you eat yesterday? I ate this. Okay, well then let's do this. I mean, there's so many possibilities of that. It's funny, they used to worry about having bugs in your house. I don't know if you ever even heard that concept, but in the 50s, 60s, people were worried, oh my gosh, is there a microphone? They're listening to me. And now people buy Alexa and iPads and all these things. They're like, oh, I really want this in my house. But I think we're getting to the point where there's going to be a Big Brother kind of screen on the wall that you can access for pretty much everything like that. You could say, hey, I want to go to breakfast at Chick-fil-A. Can you go ahead and put in my normal order? And then can I go ahead and see the doctor for a few minutes before I go? And then, what's traffic look like? I mean, all of those things are pretty much available right now. Why would we not do that versus other things? It's more efficient.
Yeah. I think it's a good and bad thing in a way, because I feel like you're going to lose your human connection, but you also, it makes it easier and it's more affordable in a way.
It's more efficient. Yeah. And when you bring up that whole human thing, that's really funny, because most of what you're going to learn in chiropractic college and medical school is what they call theater. And so you do things medically because people have always done these same things in exam. So a lot of the things you do in exam aren't really even necessary to figure out what the problem is. It's just that people expect these things. So they've done studies looking at people saying that we need this human aspect of medicine, but the outcome is never better if you get the right answer.
So a question, do you think it would be better if we used AI?
It's going to be more efficient, and you'll get the right answer more of the time. But it's going to destroy part of the community aspect of doctoring. So people rely on that doctor, and they see them at Walmart, and they're like, oh, it's good to see you. And I mean, there is a connection there, but nobody can statistically show that actually makes you better health-wise.
Yes, sir. So to close out, I have one final question. Any advice for a student that is going into the medical field or going into medical school or going to college in general? Any student advice?
I think the advice I've always given is that the worst kind of a degree to get is pre-med. Because if people go into pre-med, you dump a bunch of money into college, and if you do not end up going to medical school or physical therapy or chiropractor or whatever, then you literally have a degree that is worth nothing. So I got an engineering degree, Tara has a chemistry degree, you're going to get
exercise science
degree. All of those things have a job. So if you don't end up going to chiropractic college, you could find an exercise science job, right? I could have found an engineering job and did. Tara was a chemist. So all these things can happen, but if you do pre-med, then you literally have put all your eggs in one basket, and with AI changing, I mean, is that basket actually going to be there? I don't know.
Well, thank you for letting me guest host you
today,
and it has been fun.
Proud of you.
Thank y'all. Stay tuned to next week.